The sun was setting, casting deep orange shadows over Mamuna's empty necklace shop. The shelves stood bare, the silence deafening. Not a single customer had come all day. Just as Mamuna was about to close and give up, a shimmering figure appeared in the river behind her shop, the mysterious River Spirit Mermaid. With glowing eyes, the mermaid offered Mamuna a magical gift to bring customers, but warned her sternly, "Return what I give you when the time comes, or suffer the consequences." Mamuna smiled slyly, thinking she could outsmart the spirit and keep the gift forever. But little did she know, her greed was about to awaken a curse darker than the river's depths. Cliffhanger. What terrible fate will Mamuna face for refusing to honor her promise? Please like, share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more interesting stories. Mamuna owned a small necklace shop in the village. She made beautiful necklaces with colorful beads and shiny stones. At first, many people came to buy her jewelry. Her shop was always full of customers. And Mamuna was happy. But things changed. Slowly, fewer people came. Days passed, and the shop became empty. Mamuna waited all day, but no one walked through her door. The shelves looked lonely and bare. Mamuna felt worried. How would she sell her necklaces now? How would she make money to take care of her family? One evening, as the sun went down, Mamuna sat in her shop with a heavy heart. She thought about closing the shop forever. Just then, her old friend Nia came to visit. Nia saw how sad Mamuna was and asked, "Why is your shop so empty, Mamuna?" Mamuna sighed and said, "I don't know, Nia. No one wants to buy my necklaces anymore." Nia smiled gently and said, "Maybe you should ask the River Spirit Mermaid for help. I heard she can bless people who need it." Mamuna was surprised. She had heard stories about the mermaid before, but never thought about asking for help. Could this be her chance? That night, Mamuna couldn't stop thinking about what Nia said. The River Spirit Mermaid lived deep in the river near the village. People said she had magic powers that could help those in need. But they also said the mermaid was very serious about her promises. Mamuna felt nervous but hopeful. Maybe the mermaid could save her shop. She decided to visit the river at midnight when the moon was high and the water was calm. When Mamuna reached the riverbank, the air was cool and quiet. The water shimmered under the moonlight. Mamuna took a deep breath and called out softly, "River Spirit Mermaid, please hear me. My necklace shop is empty. I need your help." Suddenly, the water began to glow. From the river appeared a beautiful figure with shining scales and long flowing hair, the River Spirit Mermaid. Her eyes sparkled like stars. The mermaid smiled and said, "Mamuna, I hear your plea. I will give you a special gift to bring customers to your shop. But you must promise to return this gift when I ask." Mamuna nodded quickly. She didn't want to lose this chance. The mermaid reached into the water and gave Mamuna a glowing necklace. Mamuna held the glowing necklace tightly in her hands. It sparkled with colors she had never seen before. The mermaid's eyes were serious as she said, "Remember, Mamuna, this necklace will bring customers, but you must return it when I ask. Do you understand?" "Yes, I promise," Mamuna said, feeling both excited and a little nervous. The mermaid smiled once more and slowly disappeared back into the river. Mamuna stood alone by the riverbank, clutching the necklace. She wondered what magic the necklace held. The next morning, Mamuna opened her shop, hanging the glowing necklace in the window. Almost immediately, people began to come. They admired the shining necklace and soon started buying all her jewelry. Word spread fast, and Mamuna's shop became the busiest in the village. Mamuna was happy and proud. Business was better than ever before. She forgot the mermaid's warning and started to think that the necklace belonged to her forever. Days passed, and Mamuna's shop grew more popular. Every morning, she saw a long line of people waiting to buy her necklaces. Her pockets were full, and her heart felt proud. But deep inside, a small voice reminded her of the mermaid's warning to return the necklace when asked. Mamuna didn't want to hear it. She thought, "Why should I give up this beautiful gift? I worked hard for this." Mamuna began to hide the glowing necklace in a locked box. She told no one about the promise she made to the mermaid. She thought she could trick the spirit and keep the magic necklace forever. However, strange things began to happen. Some customers who bought necklaces started acting strangely. Whispers spread that the jewelry was cursed. Mamuna ignored the warnings. Her greed blinded her. She believed she could keep her fortune without any trouble. One evening, as Mamuna closed her shop, she heard soft voices outside. Curious, she peeked out the window and saw a group of villagers whispering nervously. They talked about people disappearing after visiting Mamuna's shop. Mamuna's heart skipped a beat. Was this true? She felt fear creeping in but pushed it away. She told herself it was just gossip. That night, Mamuna looked at herself in the mirror. For a moment, she thought she saw the mermaid's face staring back at her instead of her own. She blinked quickly, but the image stayed for a second longer. She shivered and turned away. Deep down, Mamuna knew she was in trouble. The mermaid's warning was real, and she had broken her promise. But what would happen next? Mamuna had no idea her greed had awakened something powerful and dangerous. Mamuna's greed grew stronger every day. She loved how the glowing necklace brought her money and fame. The thought of giving it back to the mermaid made her angry. One night, Mamuna whispered to herself, "I will never return that necklace. It's mine now, and I will keep it forever. No spirit will take away my fortune." She hid the necklace deep inside her locked chest and made a secret plan. Mamuna believed she was smarter than the River Spirit Mermaid. She thought no one would catch her. But the river was watching. The mermaid's magic was patient, waiting for the right moment to teach Mamuna a lesson. More villagers who visited Mamuna's shop started disappearing mysteriously. No one knew where they went. The village was filled with fear and whispers. Some said the necklace had cursed the people. Others believed the River Spirit Mermaid was angry. Mamuna tried to ignore the rumors. She told herself, "These are just stories. My shop is safe." But deep down, Mamuna felt afraid. The glowing necklace no longer gave her peace. Strange shadows appeared in her shop at night. The air felt cold and heavy. Her greed had opened a door she could not close. One dark night, Mamuna was awakened by a soft voice calling her name. She looked out her window and saw the glowing figure of the River Spirit Mermaid standing by the river. The mermaid's eyes were full of sadness and anger. "Mamuna," she said gently, "you broke your promise. You kept my gift, and now the curse will follow you." Mamuna felt a chill run down her spine. "Please," she begged, "I didn't mean to cause harm. I just wanted to keep my shop alive." The mermaid shook her head. "You must return the necklace. Only then will the curse be lifted." Mamuna's heart pounded, but her greed whispered, "Keep it, don't listen." Ignoring the mermaid's warning, Mamuna kept the necklace. The next day, the curse grew stronger. Customers who entered the shop never came out. The villagers were terrified. Mothers hid their children. The village elders warned Mamuna to close her shop, but she refused. One evening, Mamuna heard a strange sounder, low, haunting song coming from the river. It was the mermaid's song, calling her to return what she had taken. But Mamuna covered her ears. "I won't listen," she whispered. "This necklace is mine." As days passed, Mamuna's shop began to change. The walls cracked, the windows shattered, and water slowly filled the floor like the river was coming inside. The glowing necklace dimmed, losing its bright colors. Mamuna stood in the middle of the ruined shop, frightened but still unwilling to give up the necklace. She screamed, "This is my shop. I won't lose it." But the river's curse was strong. The water rose higher, and Mamuna felt herself being pulled toward the darkness below. Her greed had trapped her in a dangerous game she could no longer control. The water rose quickly, covering Mamuna's feet, then her waist. Panic filled her heart as she struggled to stay standing. The shop was sinking, the river's cold hands pulling her down. "Help somebody!" she cried. But only the sound of rushing water answered. The glowing necklace slipped from her neck and floated just out of reach. Mamuna reached for it desperately, but the water pushed her further into the dark. Suddenly, a powerful voice echoed in her mind. "Return the gift, Mamuna, or be lost forever." Tears mixed with the river water on her face. She knew she had made a terrible mistake. As Mamuna sank deeper, a warm light appeared ahead. The River Spirit Mermaid emerged from the water, reaching out a hand. "This is your last chance," she said softly. "Return the necklace, and I will forgive you." Mamuna's heart raced. Pride and greed battled with fear and hope. With trembling hands, she grabbed the necklace and held it out to the mermaid. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "Please forgive me." The mermaid accepted the necklace, and the water began to pull Mamuna gently toward the surface. Mamuna gasped as she broke free from the river's hold, coughing and shivering on the riverbank. The curse was lifted. The river was calm again, and the glowing necklace was gone. Mamuna looked at her hands, knowing she had lost her magical gift, but gained something more valuable: humility and respect. She promised herself she would never be greedy again. Back in the village, Mamuna told everyone her story: the magic, the promise, the greed, and the curse. The villagers listened closely and learned a powerful lesson about respect, honesty, and keeping promises. Mamuna's shop reopened, but now it was filled with kindness and trust, not magic. People returned because they believed in Mamuna's heart, not a glowing necklace. One morning, Mamuna visited the riverbank, not to ask for magic, but to thank the River Spirit Mermaid. As she placed flowers by the water, she felt a gentle breeze and heard the mermaid's voice whisper, "You have learned well, Mamuna. Your honesty is your true blessing." Mamuna smiled, knowing the real magic was in her change of heart. From that day, she lived with respect for the spirits and for others, and her life was filled with peace and happiness. After Mamuna's story spread, the whole village began to change. People started to respect the river and the spirits that lived there. They told stories to their children about keeping promises and being honest. Mamuna's shop became a place where everyone felt welcome. No magic was needed anymore because kindness and trust brought customers. The village was happier, and the river flowed calmly, a reminder of the powerful lesson Mamuna learned. Mamuna worked hard every day, making beautiful necklaces with her own hands. She smiled more and worried less. She helped her neighbors and shared her story to teach others about greed and respect. Her heart was full, and she finally understood that true success comes from honesty and hard work. One bright morning, Mamuna was surprised to see a small glowing light by the river. It was the River Spirit Mermaid again, but this time she looked kind and pleased. The mermaid said, "Mamuna, you have proven yourself worthy. I bring no magic this time, only my blessing for your good heart." Mamuna bowed with gratitude, feeling peace inside like never before. Though the glowing necklace was gone, Mamuna kept a simple necklace made of river stones. She called it the Necklace of Truth. She wore it every day as a reminder to be honest and kind and to never forget the lesson from the river spirit. The villagers admired Mamuna's change and loved her even more. Mamuna's story became a legend told across the land, a tale of magic, greed, and the power of promises. Children listened wide-eyed, learning that no gift is worth more than honesty. Mamuna lived happily, respected by all, and the river sang softly, forever guarding the village and its people.